Hey parents, welcome to Elite Finance Insights, the place where you manage money for your kids' future the right way. No fluff, no empty promises, just real, actionable tips that'll actually make a difference for your family. Let's go. Now imagine this. You're standing in front of a pile of back-to-school shopping lists, each one more expensive than the last. You've got clothes, shoes, supplies, gadgets, and who knows what else. The total price tag keeps climbing, and you're wondering how you're going to make it all fit into your budget without breaking the bank. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. Every parent has this same issue. Back-to-school shopping can be overwhelming, especially when you've got multiple kids and a tight budget. But don't worry. I'm about to show you how to budget for back-to-school shopping like a pro, so you can stay organized, avoid stress, and still get everything your kids need. First off, the key to successful back-to-school shopping is planning. That means you need to sit down, take a deep breath, and look at your financial situation before you even step foot into a store or browse online. Set a clear budget for what you're willing to spend on school supplies, clothes, and anything else your child may need. Start by figuring out how much money you can allocate without sacrificing your other priorities, like bills and savings. That's your budget for the season. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars just to make sure your kids are prepared. The goal is to stay within your limits while still getting them what they need. Now let's talk about how to break down that budget effectively. You're going to want to divide it into categories. A good rule of thumb is to separate the spending into supplies, clothes, and extracurricular needs. You might want to go further and add subcategories like shoes, backpacks, or technology, depending on your kids' needs. Assign a certain amount to each category. For example, you might decide that $50 goes towards school supplies, $150 for clothes, and $100 for extracurricular activities or sports gear. This gives you a clear breakdown and helps you avoid overspending in one area, especially when you're tempted by all the back-to-school sales. Once you have your categories in place, it's time to do some research. Head online, check store flyers, and look for sales. Sales and promotions are your best friend during this time of year. Many stores will offer significant discounts on school supplies, backpacks, and even clothes. If your kid's school has a specific list of required items, make sure to get those first. Don't get distracted by things that aren't necessary. And if you can, shop early. Waiting until the last minute can lead to higher prices and less selection. Speaking of sales, one of the best ways to save money during back-to-school shopping is to take advantage of price matching. Many stores will match a competitor's price if you can show them a lower price online or at another local store. This is especially helpful when you're trying to buy a laptop, backpack, or other bigger ticket items. Don't be afraid to ask for a price match. It can save you a lot more money than you think. Now let's talk about a big one: clothes. Back-to-school fashion can get pricey, especially if you're buying for more than one child. But there are ways to cut costs without sacrificing style. Start by checking out discount retailers or online outlets. Stores like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and outlets can be gold mines for quality clothes at affordable prices. You can also check secondhand stores or online marketplaces like ThredUp or Poshmark. You'd be surprised at the high-quality, gently used clothes you can find at a fraction of the price. When you're shopping for clothes, try to think long-term. It might be tempting to get a bunch of trendy pieces, but consider buying items that can last through the entire school year. Neutral colors and classic styles are always a great investment. And if you're shopping for shoes, be sure to check for durability. Kids grow fast, so you want shoes that can last. If your child has a favorite brand or type of clothing, consider buying items that are versatile and can be mixed and matched, rather than just following the latest trends. One more tip. Think about the upcoming seasons. If you're shopping early for fall, take advantage of any discounts on items that your child can use later, like winter coats or boots. By planning ahead, you can save a lot of money and avoid the rush when the colder weather hits. Now what about extracurricular activities? Sports, music, after-school clubs. These activities can quickly add up. It's important to include them in your budget, but also to prioritize. Start by deciding which extracurricular activities are essential for your child and which ones can be put off or skipped if the budget is tight. Many schools offer financial assistance for extracurricular activities, so check with the school district or program organizers to see if there are any discounts or assistance programs available. Another pro tip: talk to your kids. Let them know that while you want them to have what they need for school, you have a set budget. You'd be surprised at how much they can understand and appreciate when you involve them in the process. And when it comes to school supplies, ask them what they actually need. You might not need to buy everything on the list, especially if they still have supplies left over from last year. Get creative and see what you can reuse. Another secret to success is getting creative with supplies. You don't always need to buy brand new items for your kids. Check for sales on last year's models or gently used supplies. If your child has some leftover notebooks, pens, or other items, see if you can repurpose them. If you have access to a local community group, ask if anyone has leftover school supplies that they're willing to give away or trade. Now here's another secret to successful back-to-school shopping. Take advantage of cashback apps and rewards programs. Many stores offer cashback for purchases through apps like Rakuten, Honey, or even through your credit card rewards. These rewards can add up quickly, and when combined with sales, it makes your budget stretch even further. Always check if the store has any online discounts, promo codes, or rewards programs before you buy. It's a small step that can result in big savings. And finally, don't forget about emergency funds. Even with the best planning, unexpected expenses can arise during back-to-school season. A field trip fee, a surprise purchase, or even a last-minute school supply you missed on the list can throw a wrench in your budget. Having a small buffer in your budget for these unexpected costs can save you a lot of stress. In the end, the key to mastering back-to-school shopping like a pro is all about planning and being mindful of your limits. Don't let the pressure of sales or your kids' wish lists dictate your spending. Stick to your budget, make smart choices, and be patient. You can get your kids ready for school without breaking the bank, and with a little preparation, you'll feel confident knowing you've managed your money the right way. Thanks for joining us today. We hope these tips will help you tackle your back-to-school shopping stress-free. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with other parents who need some help with financial planning. This information can help so many families and make them improve their finances. Until next time, keep managing your money wisely and building a bright future for your family. Your children will thank you in the future.